Welcome to Everything Currency. This is a show where we talk about everything crypto and mo. I'm your host Jay, and today I want to give you guys an update on how I'm feeling about this market. Look at these charts that we looked at yesterday and see where we are, because I know I left it off on a lot of if then I will tell you that I'm feeling a little bit more on the bullish side, seeing that these charts are holding above some levels on the 4 hours. So we're going to take a look at that, and I want to take a look at the Lyxe chart and a little bit about Lyxe, because we haven't talked about Lyxe in a minute on this channel, but I am still super bullish on Lyxe, wondering why the market cap is so low. Lyxe went up to about 20 something bucks and it came all the way back down, sitting at around like $6 to $7 right now on Lyxe. So we're going to take a look at that. So if you're excited about that, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Oh, and tonight I'm going to be putting together another video about my weekend, shooting a music video in Santana Row with some Lambos and stuff, because you know I was feeling like in this market we're having a bad time, so let's switch it up a little bit and do one of those videos again. So if you want to tune in for that, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. But yeah, right now Bitcoin is at 38k. Looking at this chart right now, this is the Bitcoin chart on the daily, and the cool thing that I'm seeing is like, all right, we're staying above this $36,000 level that I put right here, which is this green line, 36,735. And down here on the MACD, I could see that, hey, we're curving and having some momentum, curving towards the bullish side after all this downwards momentum where we had across last week. So we had across on the 11th actually, and the price looks like it wants to start curving back up. We are still below the 34 moving average on the daily, so until we get above that, can't get way too bullish. When we move this chart to the weekly chart, we can see that, hey, we're above the 34, we spiked below it, came back up to retest it and got above it. So we have to close this week above the 34 moving average, which is this green line right here, $36,000. About 37,000. As long as we close above 37,000, we are looking good for this week. So we'll see what that's looking like. The MACD had a bearish cross, and that gave us 2 weeks of pain, and we can see that maybe we might be starting to turn around from this. So maybe that dead cat bounce idea is invalid, but we need more information until we can be for sure. Going to the total chart of all of the coins in this market, looking at it on the 4 hour, we are above the 34 moving average as of right now. We came back down and retested and stayed above it, so that's looking good. MACD looks really overextended, but we'll ignore that for now because I have this resistance box set up in here between 1.38 trillion and 1.78 trillion, and long as we stay above there, then that's the major support for me, because that's where we bounced at last time, and that's where we bounced at back here. So we go below this, that's the SR flip, that's looking bad. So long as we're above it, now we got another moving average holding us above it, that looks good. Going on the daily, it's looking very nice on the daily, because the MACD is looking like it wants to start curving bullish, maybe to come up and start testing back where we were at this 34 moving average at $2 trillion. So hopefully we can come back up and start testing that level again and not be testing this resistance. On the weekly though, the weekly chart is the most bearish looking chart right now, but it's still above this major support. That's the key. But this MACD cross, is still looking ugly to me, but the price had a nice big dip after this cross, so maybe it might turn back around. You can see that eliminated all the gains from this support, so it seems like this was kind of the real retest of this major support for the total market. The total 2 is looking a little bit better. We got this pitchfork in here. Let me try to mute some of these things. So we have this pitchfork in here that has been valid. I've been watching this pitchfork all the way since, around here in January is when I first put it on this chart. And right now we got above this blue level right here. As long as we stay above this, I'm feeling a little bit excited. We're bouncing off of this level. We got out of this pitchfork and dropped back down into it, but on the daily, like I said, we are still below the 34, which means that anything can happen as far as bearishness goes. But the MACD is looking like we have some bullish momentum, maybe to come up and test that and get above it. On the weekly, same thing. The weekly, like I said, it's looking like the most bearish chart. These levels should not cross. Please, they should not cross, because then that will be a bearish cross on the weekly, giving us more weeks of bearish movement, which is not good at all. So we got to hold above the same levels. On the total 2, that level is looking like we have to hold above $915 billion. It is crucial. This week's close is crucial. We're still early in this week, so we got a little bit of time. The cool thing is that on the daily charts, things are starting to look like they want to turn around. The MACD could just psych us out, but things are looking like they want to turn around. I'm getting a little bit more on the this is looking good side than this is looking bad side. Now, yesterday in my video, I talked about DOT, so I'm going to take a look at this DOT chart, and all these charts are pretty much doing the same thing. I'm sorry, guys. It's not, it's not really nothing that much different. DOT right now is holding above this 13 moving average right here. Is holding above the 21 moving average. The cool thing is the 21 and 13 crossed, a little bit of a bullish cross. I want to see the 13 cross above this 34, which is at, let me see, DOT has to get above, $23, and then it could be looking still bullish right now. But being in between these two levels right here, being in between the 13 moving average, the 21 moving average, and the 34 moving average, that is a no trade zone. Can't do nothing right there with it. Just gotta wait to see what happens. Is it gonna get below it, or is it gonna get above it? If you were gonna buy, you would wait until a cross happens on the 13 and 34. If you were gonna get out, when it gets below this level right here of like $19, that's where the close stop loss is for me on DOT. Now I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Luxo. Luxo's main net is looking like it's going to be coming sometime in the summer. So they're saying, don't quote us on that, but things are looking like it's moving smoothly. They're releasing updates on the main net for Luxo. Now they have also their universal profiles, independent blockchain accounts currently in beta based on ERC 725 and LSP3 standard, which is pretty dope. And you can see Microsoft has a profile on the universal profile system. That's going to be one of the things that Luxo is bringing to the table. Also, check out Luxo's crypto voxels. That's the metaverse, where you can go in there and buy some land in the metaverse, because if you looked at the land in the metaverse of Decentraland, that land is pretty expensive. So something to look at if you are into things like that. If you want me to talk more about that, go ahead and put that in the comment box. Buying virtual land, I think will be something in the future that is actually going to be pretty worth something, based on some of the things that are being built on some of these metaverses and some of the platforms and people that are working with them to put products and have concerts and all type of crazy stuff going on these metaverses, casinos and stuff like that. So pretty interesting things going on over there at Luxo. People are getting pretty bullish on it. For all of the altcoins, we need Bitcoin to go sideways, just pretty much range in between like 38k or 35k and like $40,000 for like if Bitcoin could range between like 35k and 42k for like a couple weeks or something like that, altcoins will have a nice time. And I think especially DeFi and maybe hopefully NFTs and Omi the homie can wake up again. So shout out to the Omi holders, shout out to the DOS holders, shout out to the Luxo holders, shout out to the track holders. I can't get everybody in the video, but those are the ones I'm feeling kind of bullish on right now. Now, none of this is financial advice. Make sure you do your own research. You can always ask me questions about anything that you misunderstood or you didn't get. So check out the website, everythingcurrencycrypto.com. Y'all have a nice Tuesday. Till next time, peace.